All right, I don't know who needs to hear this. It's 3:53, and I was on the swing set at the park, and this came back up again, and it came up last night as well when I was driving. So they expanded upon it when I was in the store, and we're gonna share it with you. We're gonna share it with you. So they were talking about the present, but they were doing like a play on words with it. So they were talking about like that saying that we all know, and they're talking about how we know the sayings, we know the phrases, but what we lose is the understandings. What we lose is the translated meanings. What we lose is how it hits the soul. And they were very, very adamant about this fact that we lose how it hits the soul. So they expanded upon a phrase that we all know. The present is called the present because it's a gift. Because the present is receivership. That's why it's a gift. It's your receivership. It's the energy of receiving. It's the era of receiving. However, to be fully in the ability to be in receivership, to receive, we must be present and have presence in the present. And they're talking about being present in the here and now, being rooted in what is happening right now, not the past or the predicted future, but they're talking about for those who are trying to usher in their receiving era, their gifted era, right? Their gifted era is the present, because that's the only thing we have. And I know that's crazy, and they said it that way. But then I was like, okay, that's cute. I went to the store on the way to the park to hit the swings. And there was this elderly lady. She was like, I don't know, she had to be in her 70s. And she got behind me in line. And I'm just going to tell you exactly what she said and take it how you want. But she got behind me and she was talking very loudly. And she was talking about how she didn't know if it was her generation or... She was so cute. She doesn't know if this was her generation or if it was her Christ-likeness, is the way that she said it. But she was meaning like her religion, her closeness and fondness with God. But we're all waiting in line. And she's like, I don't know if it's that or that. But right now is the perfect time to pray for somebody. And I was sitting there like, what? And she was talking about the perfect time to receive prayer. And I was like, okay. And then she even expanded. Like, she's just talking behind me. She was then expanded upon it and was like, because when people are waiting, a lot of people tend to find this a time to be anxious and full of anxiety is when they are waiting. And mind you, we're waiting in line to check out. But all week, what the have we been talking about all week? How everything is a sign. When you are waiting to receive your gift, instead of casting her thought, casting her energy to the future of when is it my turn? When am I receiving this? When am I getting up to the checkout line? When can I leave? When am I going to be up there? How many people are ahead of me? And no, she decided to go into herself and her present moment and either pray or have a mindfulness in the moment to be like, this is where I am, but I know where I'm headed. I don't know who needs to hear that, but I went to the swings and I sat with it and I had counsel about it because it just blew my mind. And a lot of things are signs. And they were talking about how we know the sayings, but we miss the message. And a lot of people would have heard that, I'm sure, in the collective and written it off as an old woman with religious mumbo jumbo, right? But that makes a lot of sense. That makes a ton of sense. She's saying the same thing we all know to be true, only she's just not speaking the words, she's feeling it. She is living her life that way. And she was a very lovely woman. I talked to her. She was just living her life like that. So I don't know who needs to hear this, But the present is your receivership. The present is called the present because it is a gift. We receive gifts. It is the energy of receivership. But in order to receive your gift, you must have presence of self in the now moment. You cannot be in the past nor projecting to the future. And when most people would be battling anxiety or angst, go into self with gratitude, love, and a little bit of stability of knowing that the future is not to be worried about. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but I was passing it along. 5:55 as I looked up. You can't make this show up. I'll see you guys later.